What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Design to Ride with Surf Ride Board Shops. I am your host, Tanner Waite, and today we've got one of the most sought-after high-performance shortboards on the planet, the Lost Surfboards Driver 3.0. The Driver has been around for, I think, a couple decades at this point, and it is the staple when it comes to real high-performance surfing. It is a standard in all of the World Tour riders' quivers. I myself have had at least 10 of these. They're consistent, light, fast, and absolutely built for shredding. Lost Surfboards has been around for several decades. They are based in San Clemente, California. I'm sure that many of you watching this are very familiar with their surfboards. They got their first world title ever with Yagodora this year. And sitting right next to Channel Islands on the forefront of high-performance shortboard development, Lost will have an immeasurable mark on surfing for decades to come. Like I mentioned earlier, the Driver 3.0 is built for maximum ripping potential. This is something that excels and that you won't want to ride unless the waves are in that waist to a foot or two overhead range with some real punch. It's got a fairly even distribution of foam across the entire board, a fairly flat rocker profile, but not something that is going to limit you when the waves get a little bit more hollow. As this board was bred at waves like lower trestles, it is meant for big rail turns, airs, and really honing in on your progressive surfing. This is one of those boards where you can just take a good look at the outline of it and see that it is pleasant, the rail line is to look at. It's got fairly pulled in rails, but not so overly pinched that if the waves are a little bit soft, you're gonna be digging rail all the time. The Driver 3.0 is meant to be ridden with a thruster setup. I personally would go with the Futures R6 in this board, as it will really help you project through turns. I am not necessarily somebody who's trying airs all the time. I would rather lay down like a big hammer layback or a nice carve before I do that. So I typically lean a little bit more towards riding fins with more rake. One of the things that I do really appreciate when it comes to making these boards is how Lost glasses them a little bit lighter than everyone else, which gives them a much more lively flex pattern and something that really shows. While it might limit a little bit of the longevity, it's got so much more performance that it makes it worthwhile, especially for someone like me, to invest in a board like this. The ideal surfer for the Driver 3.0 is going to be in the upper end of the intermediate range to advanced and up through professional surfers, and ridden in waist to head high, a couple feet overhead surf. Like we mentioned before, it's really meant for high performance surfing. Something that might be comparable is the Happy Everyday from Channel Islands. That's a little bit more chunky than this. If you're looking for a board that is geared towards everyday surf versus good surf, you can check it out, the link above. And we've got tons of them in stock at either our Oceanside or Solana Beach locations. So be sure to come in, put one under your arm, and feel just how much of a blade this really is. You can let us know what boards you want us to review next in the comments below. I'm excited to get on one of these here really soon because it's been a few years since I've ridden a Mayhem. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.